that £400 a month by the age of 60 is going to be around the £3 million mark. Most 18-year-olds don't have £400 to their name, let alone putting £400 into savings every single month. Alfie is absolutely smashing the savings game, but there is a huge problem that's preventing him from getting rich. There is a massive trap in the UK right now that hits the most disciplined savers the hardest. You see, we are taught from a young age to put our money into a traditional savings account, and Alfie is doing exactly that. He's 18, he lives at home with his parents, and he works a part-time job in retail, but he doesn't waste his cash when he gets paid. He actually puts 50% into savings. His goal is to reach a £100,000 portfolio by 25, and although this is ambitious, it is achievable if done the right way. But at the moment, the way Alfie is doing things, he won't even get halfway there. And this isn't just a problem for Alfie, it could be a huge issue for you as well. Today, you're going to see how this teenager is outsaving most adults, yet his lack of financial education is actually costing him millions in the long run. However, Alfie still has plenty of time to put this right, and it starts now. I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do this, and we're going to run the numbers to show the evidence. So to paint the picture here, we have Alfie, as we mentioned, an 18-year-old working part-time in retail, and he's actually bringing in around £810 per month. Not a bad little part-time wage considering he is still living with his parents and he's only paying £50 in rent. He has absolutely no debt, which is great, and he has £3,700 in savings already. As we mentioned, his goal is to reach £100,000 by 25, but how is he really going to get there? So before we break this lad's bank statement down, we need to just quickly run some numbers to show what is currently going on. Now, we know that the interest rates are always moving, but currently at the time of recording, we're looking at roughly around a 4% on a bonus saver account. So what have we got to work with here? Well, as we mentioned, he's got £3,700 in savings already. On top of that, he's got £400 per month going into savings, which, as we mentioned, is half of his monthly wage. To give us a general idea, that 4% return over the next 7 years, taking Alfie to 25 years old, is roughly going to end up at around £43,000. Now, don't get me wrong here, that is absolutely brilliant for a 25-year-old. You can clearly see that this guy has the right mindset when it comes to money. The problem being that he's not even halfway to that £100,000 target. So we need to look at some different options to get him closer to that number. So now it's time to run through the bank statement. And as you would expect for the average 18-year-old living at home with his parents, there isn't an awful lot going on here, so it really won't take long. Now, for today's profile picture for Alfie, we have gone for Alfie Haaland. This is the father of Erling Haaland, who is absolutely ripping it up right now at the World Cup for Norway. I'll be honest, I just couldn't find a more famous Alfie to put into the profile picture here. As we can see at the top, his balance is minus £5 for the month, which is interesting because he seems to be doing pretty well. So we'll see exactly what is going on there and why this is the case towards the end of the statement. But as we break it down, the top line shows that salary going in every month for around £810, which isn't bad for a young lad working part-time. Then we've got his rent coming out for £50 a month, and I can imagine this is completely his parents' decision, and when they see their son putting away £400 a month, I'm pretty sure they're happy to keep that rent fairly low to give the lad an opportunity to thrive. But despite the low rent, he does actually pay for his own car insurance and his car fuel, which you would expect, and it is coming in at £175 a month for the insurance and £100 a month for the fuel. His most recent statement gives us the idea that he's spending around £50 a month on golf, which for me is absolutely fine because he's still a young lad, he's still going to have hobbies, he still needs to enjoy himself. We then have around £40 a month on fast food. We're looking at around £10 a week. It's basically a McDonald's or a KFC every week. Like we just said, he's a young lad. Let him have a bit of fun. Let him eat a bit of junk food. There's no problem there. And then finally, we have around 50%, that £400 going into savings every single month. Total outflow for the month is £815, which means he spent £5 more than what is coming in. But based on 50%, give or take, going into savings, I think we can let that one slip. Now, this is a little bit different to the usual bank statement breakdowns, because usually we're trying to find loose money, money that is being wasted so that people can start investing. But this isn't the case here. We've got a 18-year-old living at home with his parents who seems very sensible with his money. I mean, the average person is usually looking to put away 10, 15, maybe 20% of their money into savings or investments. Whereas Alfie, of course, is living at home with his parents, which gives him a better opportunity to put more away. And he's taking full advantage of that. So I don't need to try and cut down Alfie's spending here. What he is saving is absolutely brilliant. We can keep working with that number, absolutely no problem. Now, of course, we do know that Alfie's situation is going to change as he gets older. He may change job, he may go full time, he may also move out of his mum and dad's house. But the purpose here is to really just paint the picture of where Alfie could end up if he carries on these good habits. I mean, the lad's not even spending £100 a month on his food and his golf. The rest of it is going into savings, going towards his car or paying rent. So there isn't an awful lot that can be really changed. And considering we've got this decent amount to work with, it's now time to crunch some numbers and figure out what we can be doing better. We're going to pull out the compound calculator and we're just going to do a straight swap here. We're going to move that £400 per month from that savings account into a basic index fund of the S&P 500. Now, the average return is approximately 10% a year, not adjusted for inflation. So if we was to compare this to the numbers we ran earlier and run it over a 7-year time frame, taking Alfie to 25 years old, we're looking at around maybe just under £55,000, tax-free of course, because he would be able to utilize a stocks and shares ISA. Now, this still is not the 100k target that Alfie's looking for, but we're making progress. We're now at least over the halfway mark. Now, the truth of the matter here is that if Alfie does want to reach that target, he needs to be investing more like £800 rather than £400 to get there by the age of 25. Now, as it stands right now, this is completely unrealistic because it is all of that monthly wage. It's just not going to happen. So we need to put a new plan in place here, something for Alfie to follow to reach this target. And I've got a few ideas of how we can do it. But before we get into Alfie's 100k roadmap, I just want to quickly say, if you are enjoying this content, please do drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I'm not even at 100 subscribers yet, so if you can help me out getting there, it would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you do want to be featured on the channel, of course, anonymously, feel free to check out the Google form down below, where you'll just provide some simple details for us to go away, look at your bank statement, and put a plan in place for you to reach early retirement or be financially free earlier. So towards the end of each bank statement breakdown video, we usually put a roadmap in place for the person to follow to get their finances back on track. But Alfie's definitely not off track here. We just need to make some changes and some improvements, and there are a couple of things to consider. The first thing to consider, and we did mention this earlier, is that things are going to change in the future. We're talking about going into a full-time job. We're talking about moving out of his parents' home. These are going to happen one day, and they are going to have an impact on this investment strategy. And the second consideration that springs to mind for me is, why 100k? Why by 25? Why do we need to have these fixed parameters? Now, don't get me wrong, I do think it is great to have goals. It definitely motivates a lot of people, but when they are so fixated, they can start to cause a lot of stress. They can contribute to bad decisions being made, and that's the last thing that we want here. Just to put this into perspective, if Alfie was to continue investing this £400 a month, but he changed the deadline from 25 to 30, he'd be much closer to £118,000, which of course clears that 100k target. And 6 figures by 30 is still a great achievement. It may feel like a lifetime away right now, but that really doesn't matter when you are saving for your future. And if we was to zoom out even more, look at the bigger picture, we're talking about Alfie at 60 years old. The numbers get absolutely crazy. That £400 a month, nothing more, nothing less, just consistently online with where he is right now by the age of 60 is going to be around the £3 million mark. Now, of course, he's not going to be able to buy what he can buy today with £3 million, but I can guarantee you that it is still going to be a very healthy amount towards that retirement. So when it comes to the actual roadmap that I would follow if I was Alfie, the first step for me would be to start investing. Now, he's already got the right money mindset. He's already putting that money away every single month, but I would simply stop putting it into a savings account and start putting it into a stocks and shares ISA. And I think a lot of people underestimate how much of a huge W it is to already have that mindset at 18 years old. That is one of the biggest steps that anybody can make. Step number 2 is to increase the income. Now, this might not be completely possible right now at his age, but it is something that he should be looking at in the future. Now, the alternative to increasing the income to invest more would be to be taking more risk. We're talking about individual stock picking, diversifying into other markets, but I don't really think that's necessary here. Based on the fact that he's already putting away so much, I think if he was to increase that income, he would naturally want to be saving or investing more, because we can clearly see that this is the way that the lad is wired up. And the beauty of it here is that at his age, he's got options. He can work overtime, he can get a second job, he can start a side hustle, he can decide whatever works for him. And if he gets it wrong at first, he can try again. Time is on his side. And then the third and final step following on from that is to simply start investing more. Like we said, we don't want to take more risk. The index funds are proven to historically return that 10% a year. We don't need to get greedy. We just need to let compounding do its thing. However, as we know, not all young lads have this natural mindset. Just last week, we've taken a look at Harvey, a 23-year-old who was earning a decent amount for his age, but was gambling over £400 per month. There was a lot more work to do in that episode, that's for sure. And if you want to check that one out, I will put a link on the screen somewhere now for you to click and go and check out.